A Midsummer Night's Dream. First performed around 1696, Shakespeare's comic fantasy of four lovers who find themselves bequeathed by fairies is a slightly reckoning with love, jealousy, and marriage. For centuries, it's been one of Shakespeare's most beloved plays. Chapters: Theseus, Duke of Athens; Hippolyta, Amazon Queen; Oberon, King of the Fairies; Titania, Queen of the Fairies; Puck, mischievous fairy; Nick Bottom, a weaver; Aegeus, father of Hermia; Lysander, love Hermia; Hermia, love Lysander; Demetrius, suitor of Hermia; Helena, love Demetrius. A Midsummer Night's Dream takes place across two settings, the court of Athens and the woods. A Midsummer Night's Dream opens with Theseus and Hippolyta planning their wedding, which takes place in 4 days. Aegeus enters with his daughter Herminia and her two suitors, Lysander and Demetrius. Herminia is in love with Lysander, but her father wants her to marry Demetrius. He declares that if Herminia won't marry Demetrius, she will die. Lysander and Herminia decide to escape to Athens. Helena is in love with Demetrius. Herminia and Lysander tell Helena about their plan to leave, in a last effort to gain Demetrius' love. Helena decides to tell him of this plot. Peter Queens is directing a group of amateur actors to perform Pyramus and Thisbe. For Theseus' wedding, Nick Bottom, a terrible actor, is given the lead role. Fairy Queen Titania and Fairy King Oberon are arguing because Titania refused to give Oberon custody of the Indian boy she is raising. Oberon sends Puck, his troublemaking jester, up to find a plant called Love in Idleness, the use of which makes any person dote on the next creature or he or she says. Taking pity on Helena for the terrible way Demetrius is treating her, Oberon instructs Puck to put some love juice in Demetrius' ash. At the moment when Helena will be the first person he sees upon waking. Mistaking Lysander for Demetrius, Puck puts love juice in Lysander's ash. Still in pursuit of Demetrius, Helena wanders past and awakens the sleeping Lysander. He immediately falls in love with her. When Titania falls asleep, Oberon squeezes the lost juice in her ash, put appalled by the awful acting of Bottom, give him a dunking head. Bottom is unaware of the transformation and walks through the woods, waking Titania, who immediately falls in love with him. Titania willingly relays the Indian boy to Oberon because she only has age for Bottom. Oberon's plan is not complete, so he releases her from the spell and has Puck remove the dunking head from Bottom. Both Lysander and Demetrius are in love with Helena. Before a serious fight breaks out between Demetrius and Lysander, Oberon has Puck create a fog that will keep the flowers from finding one another. While they are sleeping, Puck reverses the spell on Lysander. He also casts a spell so no one of the lovers will remember what has happened in the woods. Lord, what for this mortal be? Finally, the joyous lovers enter, and Theseus decides it is time to plan the festivities for the evening and choose to see Priamus and Thisbe performed. The players finally present their hilarious play. The only really serious conflict in the Midsummer Dream is the conflict between Herminia and her father, and that is literally a life or death situation for her. She doesn't have the right under Athenian law to decide who she wants to marry. Her father says it will be Demetrius or death. The Dominion theme in A Midsummer Night's Dream is love, a subject to which Shakespeare returns constantly in his comedies. Shakespeare explores how people tend to fall in love with those who appear beautiful to them. Shakespeare shares the point of view equal among all the characters, so that all the characters appear equally sympathetic to us. Almost all of the characters suffer as a result of fiery enchants in one way or another. At the same time, because one character's point of view is not privileged over any others, the audience doesn't identify with any other character. Midsummer Night's Dream is primarily a humorous play, but it also presents a greater variety of stunts that make up first appears, though the play does flirt with seriousness, romance, and enchantment. The overriding tone of Midsummer is humorous, and even satiric. The style of A Midsummer Night's Dream is droll and exuberant. The play features ample wordplay underscoring the nonsensical mischief of the plot. Take the scene where Lysander and Hermione walk through the forest preparing to rest for the night.